from 96 to 2003.
That's a third strike. How much time did you get?
24 to life.
And they don't give you no good time, good behavior.
Do 85% of whatever they gave.
I feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, speak the beats on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House, big spouse, family, freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day I wake feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, speak the beats on the line.
Squares everywhere. Beware.
Yeah, we
live on the line with JJ Fumby and Jr. with our guest today, Mr. Maylay.
Yeah.
Top it up with us, man. What's going on, big dog?
Man, shit, trying to keep everything together. You know what I mean? This pandemic and had a motherfucking, like, you know, in the house like a hermit in the hole or something. You know what I mean? Now we can finally get out and do shit. And I didn't want to be doing this shit on a Zoom or, you know, no shit like that. I come get down with my folks, you know?
Man, we greatly appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate that for sure, most definitely.
Yeah.
I asked you to come on the show, man, and I know you've been doing your thing, and I don't want to go into what you're doing, but you're doing some stuff, some good stuff.
Yeah.
And, I do appreciate you coming, man. Your family coming, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me.
Well, definitely, man. So we're just gonna get in straight into it, man. Let's talk about some shit that we normally don't talk about on this show. We ain't never had nobody that was part of a fucking video game.
Oh,
I never knew this shit till about 2 days ago.
Yes, sir.
Fucking, what? So yeah, for all you viewers and then listeners and you gamers, this is voice of CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 2004.
And the flesh.
Just a real motherfucker right here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
here we go again.
I come to find out just like recently within the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
That, you know, I didn't know you did motherfucking pop on me. I just looked at you as a little brother, nigga. Shit.
Well,
I didn't know you was doing all this type of shit. But anyway.
That's because you ain't in the games, though. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. No, for sure. But, so how'd you come up on this shit?
Well, actually, DJ Pooh.
Oh.
Shout out DJ Pooh.
Yeah, he was in a meeting with Rockstar Games. And I had no idea. He had called me and we was having a regular conversation, you know what I mean? And he was in a meeting with them. They heard me talking, you know what I mean? And I guess they was giving them the thumbs up in there. You know, we was talking about music, different stuff like that. Cause you know, Pooh is a hell of a producer. You know what I mean? So yeah, we in there talking about beats. I'm on the rap on the phone and all this shit. And you know, he in the meeting there with the people. And when he hung up, he called me back like 15 minutes later. And he was like, hey man, I was in the meeting with Rockstar Games. And I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to put too much on it or not enough. I wanted you to be Maylay. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that was cool. And then he said, they want you to come in and audition. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm all happy and shit. And we get down there to Record One. Used to be Dr. Dre's studio. I don't know if it still is. Yeah, but I get over there, I'll pull up. It's a line wrapped around the building. I'm like, damn, they told me and a million other motherfuckers. You feel me? So I went, I read, they had us reading the script from Minister Society when he was jacking dude in the drive.
Oh, yeah, the burger scene.
Yeah, exactly.
The burger scene?
Yeah, so now, when you already seen this movie 100 times, and they giving you the script, it was like quick for me to ad-lib the shit. You know what I mean? So I'm on there doing my thing, and he said, dude, like, you know, you're really good. You had me like actually scared. You know, it's so authentic. So, you know, a couple people went, you know what I mean? I went out for a little bit. They called me in to read again. So I'm like, that could be like a good thing. They want to hear you again. Okay, so I went in there, and it was a long process. They narrowed it down, you know, to who they wanted. I don't know who the other people were or weren't, you know what I mean? And they gave me a call and said, would you be, you know, able to come to New York in 2 weeks? I said, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I'll start walking right now.
Patting Turner, patting her feet.
Yeah, man, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing, you know, because it's not too many people that can get that opportunity.
Yeah,
you know, in a lifetime.
Right.
And I'm very grateful to be a part of that franchise.
Well, definitely, I'm laughing for a very reason. For my people, my community from Long Beach, that scene was done in my hood. on 21st and Long Beach Boulevard.
What, the burger scene?
Yeah, she was called Chubby Burgers. Before it was Chubby Burger, it was Puffin Taco. I mean, that's in the set there.
Yeah.
Sadio, that's in the set. So I had got out the pen. I didn't even get all into it, but I got out the pen and I didn't see the movie. You know what I mean? And the homies let me see the movie and shit. Man, shout out to our Gangster Chronicles camaraderie.
Yeah.
MC8 was also in that movie.
He was.
They showed me the movie. And I'm like, man, that shit was right there in the hood. So like, a lot of people really got robbed in that motherfucker.
So that was a movie, but that was something that constantly happened.
No, real shit on that block, on that corner, and in that drive through. So that's a trip that.
Yeah, and you mentioned MC8. MC8 is also in San Andreas.
Okay, MC8. He's also in San Andreas too.
Yeah, he plays Ryder.
Oh, okay.
You know, one of the guys from the neighborhood from Grove Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the trip, because you wasn't even thinking about, you know what, I'm gonna get into this game. Were you a gamer before that?
I had played they had a game Vice City.
Mm-hmm.
I got on with that before. You know, we all played Madden.
Yeah.
Before it was 2K, I think it was NBA Live, some shit like that. But yeah, and I was, you know, not all the time, not hooked on it, but you know, I had played games before.
Right. I'm still on technical.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, that's at my age right there.
Oh man, yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh yeah.
That's huge, bro, because you know us, you know, in our community, we don't think about, I want to be the voice of such and such. And you wasn't even looking for that. You were just talking to talk with your partner. And
the good thing about Pooh is when Pooh's working, whoever is around, he gives them an opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Now it gets to a point to where some things can be out of your hands. That's like getting somebody to the combine in the NFL.
Correct.
I can get you there. You got to try out, but it ain't no guarantee
Yeah.
you're gonna make the squad. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But that's all any person can ask is for opportunity.
That's crazy you said that, because what you just said about DJ Pooh, one of my homeboys, don't know who it is, the General.
Oh yeah,
was
trading.
filming a movie. Yeah, was filming a movie. This video at a secret location where there's a big green room, and I didn't know. Now I'm just sitting up there posting, and he said, "Hey, come here." I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And he wanted me to do something, but you know, get inside this video, and I didn't know that I was gonna get up in no video. So when you said that, that's real shit. He ain't making this up. I ain't never talked to him about that. He's real. DJ Pooh do give people opportunity. He a squares dude. He shot getting in the video. So
if you're around, you
real
got
talk
action.
though. You saying that's the real shit.
Yeah,
right there.
and the thing of it is, what it makes me do is want to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you have a guideline or you have somebody to follow or see how they conduct themselves, it makes you want to do better. It makes you want to give people opportunities. Now, I don't have a whole bunch of opportunities to be giving people, but if I can help a person that's coming up or doing something, I try my best. You know what I mean? Because it's been times in this game to where I was looking for help and I couldn't get it. But I don't open my mouth a lot either. You know what I mean? To ask nobody for help.
Right.
Because, you know, and then certain people say a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah,
Okay. But some people will offer you something to eat before you got to ask for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You walk into somebody, hey man, you want something to eat? You don't have to ask, you know? So it kind of really depends on what type of person you're dealing with. But when it comes down to Pooh, if you're around, I'm talking about rap song, videos, movie, whatever. If you're around, he gives you the opportunity.
And what you do with it is up to you.
Yeah. Now,
Sure.
you might not get it. You might get it. You know what I mean? It just depends on if you fit the part to play the role. You know, and like I say, all anybody can do is ask for an opportunity or something like that. I never thought in a million years that I would be on a video game this successful, but they could have taken anyone and made them famous. You know what I mean? And in retrospect, I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity I had done that.
Man, I sit back and I hear it in your voice, and I believe, if I'm correct, you know, just get updated on that little, you know, I guess the hood or whatever. I got to go look at it, but I guess the hood that it started at on the game was supposed to be in the Grand.
Well,
in Compton.
I'm not sure about that because they already had everything laid out when I came, and it's like,
I mean, for the housing and the city and the streets and all.
yeah, they already had that
okay.
all laid out. It was a situation where, like that screen is right there.
Mhm.
You look at him moving his mouth, there's no words coming out because I have to go in the studio and I have to record it. I'm being directed by someone that's on the side of me, and the script was thicker than 2 Bibles.
Dude,
Wow.
Okay, now
man, like a law,
get all
man.
this, you get all this dialogue down, you do all this. Okay, now I got to turn around and do it in a heavier voice, because if you eat too much on the game, you gain a lot of weight. Now you can go in the gym, you can work it out. You know what I mean? CJ can get buff. He don't eat, he gets skinny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a real life type situation. But if you get heavy, then a heavier person's voice is different than when they thin. You know what I mean? So I had to do all that a couple of times, but it was hard work, but I enjoyed it.
I was just about to ask that too. When you, after doing it, was you scratching your head like, shit, man, I don't know about all this? Or how did you feel once you got, to rolling with it?
It was a couple times, you know what I mean, that it's only so many ways you can say certain words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but when you're working with somebody who has a vision, if you're not giving them the vision or the sound that they want, they're gonna make you say it again. Okay, and then like now that I've been involved in a film, I understand that perfect means nothing. We shoot a scene, they yell out perfect. Okay, you think you on to the next scene. No, we're about to shoot the same thing, maybe 15 or 20 more times.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
Wow, that's work.
as you're learning, as you're navigating the waters of something that you've never done before, you have to do more listening than talking. You know what I mean? It's all brand new to me. I had never done it before, but what I kept telling myself is be grateful for the opportunity that you have, because they could have took my sister and put her in the game and made her famous. You know what I mean? So it's just more or less like, be quiet, do the hard work, and it's gonna pay off.
Well, it sounds like you totally correct in that. I sure like I'm gonna go look at the original thing, the original game. I might even go buy a game, especially if they put you in the newest game, 2022, 2023.
I wish they would.
Yeah.
Did they be prior to this? Once you got in there and start, meeting the people who gonna be behind whatever you was doing, did they know you was also a rapper too?
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing they do is their homework on somebody. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I was nowhere near to where I come this far.
Right.
I was just getting off the ground. I still had CDs with, printed out pictures and sliding them in there, just trying to get out there and get my feet wet. Now, what ended up happening was I had songs out there. I was basically coached by DJ Pooh, how to do certain things with these raps. I would be in the studio with Trady, Cam, another artist by the name of Deadly Threat.
I remember him.
Okay, now these dudes are dope on the mic. Now, it ain't eavesdropping, but when you hear a dude over there saying, man, Trady is so vicious, you have to step your game up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be in here kicking no mediocre rhymes, man, when you got hitters all in here.
You won't make the cut.
Now, let me tell you this. It was times where Pooh would give me a shot. You know what I mean? Hey, man, come in here, bust these 8 bars. Okay, everybody do their thing. He in there mixing it. It's sounding good. And when the song come out, I wasn't on it. You feel me? Now, most people would take that as a disrespect and end up being salty.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the total opposite for me. What it made me do is want to get my craft as tight as possible where I'm undeniable. You're going to have me on something. I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready yet. You know what I mean? That's just like you've never seen a dude play high school football, go to the league. It's not going to happen. I don't care how dope you are. You know what I mean? It's going to take a little bit more. It's a faster speed. And then when you're dealing with professionals, they want to hear you sound professional. And at that time, I wasn't industry ready, and I'm not mad at that. But what that did was, like I said, it made me cultivate my whole game, get it together, and then bam, then you got Maylay now, and you can listen to songs that I got to where, a lot of people give me credit for the lyrics that I spit.
And see, that's tight right there, because you could have been bitter, like, oh, these niggas tripping, they don't want. Okay, you could have just, you know, gave up or went another route with bitterness, but you was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, get my shit tight, and next time I get in that booth, they gonna feel me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even the next time. It took a period of time for me to develop my skills. And most people would be salty. But see, when you're dealing with somebody on a personal level, you don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude allows me into his studio, into his business, and go ahead, get in. Now, if you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut. But it got me tighter and tighter and tighter to where I developed into the artist that I am right now.
Every day on the line. Every day on the line. Every day digital soapbox. Every day on the line. I remember every day on the line. Well, every day.